Have you ever noticed? When stuck in traffic, some people lose their minds, while others stay totally calm. When criticized by a boss, some people mope around for 3 days, while others jump right back into work. Behind this lies a top-tier mindset model that's changed countless people's lives. Only 10% of life is made up of things that actually happen to us. The other 90% depends entirely on how we react. That's the core principle that keeps me emotionally stable to an almost scary degree. Most people mix up cause and effect. They think external events determine their mood. But the truth is, your response pattern is what shapes your quality of life. Imagine waking up in the morning and finding your phone dead. Here's how the average person reacts. Phone's dead, get annoyed, scramble to find a charger, end up leaving the house a little late, spend the whole day rushing, stay anxious all day, still be mad about it at night. Now, what about someone who's mastered this law? Phone's dead, accept the situation, quickly adjust their plans, leave 10 minutes earlier, the rest of the day goes as usual. See the difference? The same small thing leads to 2 totally different life paths. The reason most people struggle is that they fix all their attention on that 10% of external events. They're desperate to control the outside world, to make everything go exactly how they want. But what happens? The more they try to control, the more out of control things get. The more they chase perfection, the more miserable they feel. I used to be that person. When I first started doing social media, I checked my stats every single day. I'd get happy when I gained followers and anxious when I lost them. Once, I wrote an article I put so much effort into, but it got terrible views. I moped for a whole week and couldn't bring myself to do anything. Then one day, I realized I was throwing away 90% of my creative drive and motivation over that 10% of external results. That's when I started training my response pattern. Whether my stats are good or not is up to the market, but how I respond, that's entirely up to me. If stats are bad, I analyze why and improve my content. If they're good, I sum up what worked and keep diving deeper. What came of that shift? My creative state got more and more stable, my content got better, and my followers started trusting me more because they could feel that my mood wasn't held hostage by external things anymore. But training your response pattern isn't easy. Our brains are wired to react quickly to external stimuli. It's a leftover instinct from evolution. When we see a threat, we fight or flee. When we hit a setback, we get upset or angry. The problem? Most stimuli in modern life aren't real threats. But our brains still use that primitive response mode. Traffic jams won't kill you, but your body reacts like you're facing a tiger. Want to change this response system? You need to hit a pause button between the stimulus and your reaction. Here's exactly what I do. I use the 3-second rule. Whenever something makes my emotions spike, I force myself to pause for 3 seconds and ask myself 3 questions. 1. How big of a deal is this thing really? 2. Will my reaction make this better or worse? 3. What reaction aligns best with my long-term goals? At first, I forgot to use this method all the time. When emotions hit, I'd still react the old way. But slowly, that pause became second nature. Once, I spent a whole week preparing for a live stream, and it crashed completely because of a tech issue. The old me would have lost my cool, thought all that week of work was for nothing. But that day, I calmed down quickly. I reached out to the tech team to fix the problem right away, apologized to my fans in the community, and promised to reschedule the live stream. Guess what? Instead of leaving because of the tech glitch, my fans trusted me more because of how professionally I handled it. That's the power of this law. When you stop wasting energy on useless emotions like complaining, anxiety, or anger, you free up more mental space to solve real problems. More importantly, your inner state becomes incredibly stable. People will look at you like you have a superpower, like nothing can knock you down. It's not that you face fewer problems than others, it's that your response pattern is more mature. That stability becomes your biggest competitive edge. In this emotional age, people who can stay calm and rational are the most valuable resource. A lot of people think controlling your reactions means suppressing your emotions. That's not it at all. True emotional stability isn't about having no emotions, it's about having the ability to choose your emotions. You can still be happy, sad, or angry, but those emotions are choices you make, not something you're forced into by what happens around you. Starting today, whenever something makes your emotions fluctuate, remind yourself, this is just the 10%. The thing that really shapes the quality of my life is the 90%. My reaction next. Remember, you can't control what cards life deals you, but how you play those cards is entirely up to you. Stop being a slave to your emotions. Start being the master of your reactions. That's the confidence a true adult should have.